Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is JL for those of you that may not know, and today's video is going to be a very special one because we are starting a series that I've actually been planning for over a year now on my channel called Black Owned Mondays. This series was actually inspired by a challenge that was started 4 years ago by Alyssa Ashley and Alyssa Forever here on YouTube, known as the Black Owned Makeup Brands Challenge. That challenge essentially was given out to various YouTubers and makeup artists across the internet to do full face tutorials or full face looks with all Black owned brands. And I loved that challenge. I loved watching all of those videos and learning about some Black owned brands I'd never heard of before and seeing them in action. But it was a little bit short-lived because it felt like it really only existed within the Black community predominantly, or I should say within the people of color community, and then it kind of died out. You just don't hear about enough people that aren't Black or people of color talking about Black owned brands, and that is not fair because we talk about non-Black and white brands all of the time, specifically non-person of color brands. So I wanted to create a series on my channel, but I had a lot of my own inner things about not knowing if I could do it correctly, but thank you so much to my friend Kuyade, who really encouraged me and also helped me to create a list and curate some really fantastic brands that I will be focusing on throughout the length of this series. You'll see some repeats, you'll see some new things. It's going to be very exciting and fun, and I really want to thank her because she was instrumental in helping me really get the confidence to get this off of its feet and start doing it. So thank you so much. This video is already, as you guys can probably tell, formatted slightly differently than my normal videos, and that's because I really wanted to make this a standout thing on my channel that really paid homage to whatever brand I was talking about. And when I was going through my head and thinking about which brand would be the absolutely perfect one to kick all of this off, in all honesty, none of them came to mind except for Pat McGrath Labs. Because Pat McGrath is, as we all know, the mother of makeup, and she is the most influential makeup artist in the entire world. And she just happens to be a fabulous Black woman. And so I thought, why not use one of the most successful makeup brands in the world to start this series about Black owned brands from one of the most successful people in the makeup business, if not the most successful. So today we are going to be taking a look at Pat McGrath's newest launch, the Mothership Divine Rose 2 eyeshadow palette. I'm going to be showing you guys how I got this eyeshadow look, and we are going to just take a little bit of a deep dive into what Pat McGrath is all about. If you guys are interested, please make sure to first hit that subscribe button so that you guys are a part of this community. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload, specifically for my Black Owned Mondays videos, but all my videos are pretty cool, so join in, and let's go ahead and get started. So if I'm looking down at all, please excuse me. I do actually have an entire notes section and an outline because I want to make sure that I hit all of the important points. So I have some little things to remind myself of what I wanted to talk about specifically. At 50 years old, Pat McGrath is, as I said before, the most influential makeup artist in the world. She actually started her interest in makeup as a child. She was born to an amazing woman named Jean, who was a Jamaican immigrant, and Pat and her mother would watch old movies and study the makeup in the old movies and then see how it would influence the fashion world. She was always so fascinated in how makeup and fashion went so hand in hand, and so her mother really encouraged her to pursue her passion and to see, what she could create. So Pat would, from a very young age, mix together pigments that she would make by hand and figure out how to create new colors. She would really look into the science of the makeup, and she would just play around and dabble into a bunch of things until she kind of discovered what she really loved to see in makeup. When she wanted to create what is now known as the dewy makeup look, she would put on a full face of makeup and then get into a hot bath and sit in the tub until her face was glistening and she looked nice and dewy. So she was always coming up with really innovative ways to figure out how to make her makeup look the way that she wanted it to look. She's an icon for a reason. In 2016, Pat launched her brand, Pat McGrath Labs, and it was first a bunch of like limited edition collections. I don't remember the exact number that she launched, but that's how she at first launched her brand. And then in 2018, only 2 years after launching her makeup brand and 1 year after releasing her first range of products, Pat McGrath Labs was estimated to be valued at $1 billion. So let's take a deep dive look into this brand new palette. So I actually got this palette right when it launched. I set an alarm. This is my first time purchasing any eyeshadow palette this expensive because it retails for $125. It's very expensive, but I'm gonna tell you right now, it's worth the money. And I picked up the limited rose gold packaging. This is the limited edition packaging. I didn't just pick it up because it was limited edition. I also picked it up because this is actually my favorite. Pink is my favorite color, and rose gold is just an offshoot of pink. So I count anything in the pink family to be a part of that. So this is right up my alley. If you know me, you know that like this is screaming me. This is again what the outside of the palette looks like, and then when you open it up, it's beautiful. Starting off with the shade Extreme Burgundy, I am going to just pat that down right on the outer corner. And I'm going to start patting it in towards the inner corner. So I wiped off the brush that I used. This is a Morphe brush, by the way. And now I'm going to pick up this shade Naked Blush. And I'm just going to tap that, pick up this pigment. It's crazy pigmented. And I'm going to very lightly just start sweeping this in the crease to blend out this purple shade. It's actually kind of blowing my mind how well and like quickly these are blending out. That's amazing to me. I'm going to pick up a little bit more of the shade Extreme Burgundy and just blend that up into the pink a little bit more on the outer edge. Something that I noticed, because I don't want anybody to think it's the shadows, for some reason, sometimes I have issues with pigment being picked up right here. When I use my P. Louise base, I feel like it doesn't really happen, but when I use my MAC Painterly Paint Pot base, which is what I use today, I noticed that it doesn't really pick up pigment right there on my eye. I'm not entirely sure why, but I don't want anybody thinking it's a Pat McGrath palette, because if you've watched my videos, you know this has been a struggle for quite some time, and we have never quite gotten to the bottom of it. I'm just patting some of that shadow, and then I'm just going to very lightly blend out that Naked Blush shade again, just to make sure that nothing's looking patchy. Now for the shimmer, I'm going to pick up this beautiful duochrome shade called VIII Sextraterrestrial. This shade right here, it's so stunning. Look at that. Is my camera picking up how it literally is shifting? You see that? Depending on how you look at it, it shifts to a green or a pink, which is crazy. So that is what we're going to use on our lid today. And this is also going on very smoothly. When I tell you I've never seen a shimmer apply like this before, it's going on like actual, like as if I have like a liquid. It's going on so nicely. What is this? Wow. And look at how beautiful that looks. That's amazing. I really hope that my camera is doing it justice because it just looks amazing. And no matter which way you shift, you're getting like different colors. It's amazing. Okay, I want to do one of, I think these are what are known as her special shades because they're just so next level. There's another one called Astral Pink Moon that I want to pop more towards the inner corner. So I'm going to pick that up on the same brush and just right in the inner corner, pop that in there. That's beautiful. I feel like I just want to add a little bit more purple just to blend out the shimmers a little bit more. So I'm taking a little bit more of that, what's the name of it? Extreme Burgundy. And I'm just going to blend a little bit more just right on the outer edge. And it's crazy because in my mirror right now, it looks like I'm just blending out a deep pinky purple. But in this mirror, because the light's hitting in a different direction, it looks like I'm blending out a green and it is tripping me out. And just like that, we are basically done. I'm sorry, that is ridiculous to me that it took me so long to, it took me more time to get ready to film than it took me to do this entire eye look. And now I really understand why she says all these things are runway approved, because she ain't got time to sit there and blend for 25 hours. She has to run these models out on the runway, and her products work so quickly. I've never had an eyeshadow palette work that well that quickly before. Are you kidding me? That took like 5 minutes, if even that. That is amazing. That is amazing. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to hop off camera, finish up the rest of my face, which will definitely also take longer than this look did. And then I will be back so we can do under the eyes and we will close out this video. Okay guys, and we are back. Let me just say, I'm not even finished yet, and this is one of the most beautiful looks in the world. I feel so pretty. All right, T, so we're going back into this palette. By the way, if I'm being awkward when I'm holding this palette, this thing is very heavy. It is weighted, so it's hard to kind of do it with one hand and get the right angle. But I'm going to pick up these two shades again. The palette shades are over here, which is why I keep on looking to the side. But I'm going to get the Extreme Burgundy shade and then Naked Blush. And I'm going to just, in that order, blow out the lower lash line. And also I did use Naked Blush as an actual blush shade on my cheeks. Pat McGrath had a live and she was talking about these shades, and she was saying that you could use that shade in particular as a great blush shade. So I thought, let me do it. So we're just taking Extreme Burgundy and we're just lightly patting this under the eye. And also I didn't experience a lot of fallout or anything. It was honestly just really easy to work with. Not that fallout connotates not being easy to work with, but I know that some people don't enjoy palettes that have a lot of fallout. Okay, I definitely went a little ham on this shade right here. That's why my eyes just went like, whoa. Because I forgot I'm working with Pat McGrath and these are very pigmented. So what I'm going to do is pick up my Pat McGrath powder and clean this up a little bit because I want a little ham right there. This is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. Believe it or not, I actually did not do that on purpose because really wasn't trying to mess anything up. But thankfully, this powder is going to help to just soften everything right on up. And even if you do, like, this powder is amazing just because it does a lot without making anything look extra cakey. But even if you don't have this powder, if you have a translucent powder and you go ham at some point, you can just take your translucent powder and just very lightly kind of go over that area. And as you see, it just kind of softens it up and makes everything look much less crazy, much prettier, much more put together, and it will save your look like it just saved mine. All right, guys, and this is your completed look. All right, guys, and this is your completed look. This is genuinely like one of the prettiest looks I feel like I've ever done. I feel so pretty, and not even pretty, I feel beautiful, genuinely beautiful. I can't stop staring at my eyes. They're so pretty. and it just blows my mind that it looks like I did so much more work than I actually did, because no matter which way I turn, you're catching something new. You're catching greens, you're catching pinks, you're catching purples. It's amazing. It looks so nice. And what really blew my mind was how fast it was to actually blend these shadows out, like how easy it was. Because even with really well formulated shadows, I find myself there for a minute, but I feel like I was here for not that long at all, and it was done in a couple of seconds, and it looked really pretty. It was effortless. Okay, so outside of that, I think the only thing left to say is thank you guys so much for watching my channel and my video today. If you guys have not already, please make sure to hit the notification bell and the subscribe button. That way you will never miss an upload and you will join this beautiful community we have here. I will, as I said at the beginning of this video, be doing Black Owned Mondays 1 to 2 times a month for right now, and then eventually transitioning to every single Monday. But for the foreseeable future, we'll be doing it 1 to 2 times a month. So please let me know if there are any Black owned brands that you would like to know more about, or that you think I should check out, because I would absolutely love to investigate. And also please comment down below if you learned anything new about Pat McGrath, if you think you might be picking up this palette or anything else from her, and if you just want to say hi. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, make sure to share. And the other thing that I want to mention is don't forget that in the description box, I have links for where you can find out how to get involved, how to help fight for and seek justice, where to donate, and just a bunch of other really helpful bits of information, as well as the Pull Up or Shut Up homepage, which is really an Instagram page, but that is where you can find out a lot of the initiatives that brands have pledged themselves to do to create a more diverse and inclusive work environment. So definitely pay attention to that, keep people accountable. And outside of that, I will see you all very, very soon. I think that's everything. All right, I love you all. I'll see you soon. Bye, my loves.
Say my name until the city burns and the stars fade away and your scars don't hurt. Stay with me until the last